Hello, I'm doing chapters 9 and 10 for my business law, the law of contracts and sales. A contract, a legally enforceable exchange of promises or an exchange of a promise for an action or an act. So it is a legal binding thing that carries over. It is like a commitment also. Talks about multiple different kinds of contracts, which I've never heard of before, which an express contract, an exchange of oral or written promises between parties which are enforceable in a court of law. Implied contract that is established by the contract of a party rather than by the party's written or spoken words. An unilateral contract, an exchange of a promise for an act. Bilateral contract, the exchange of one promise for another promise. A legal offer, an offer that shows objective extended to enter into the contract is definition and is communicated to the offeree. A void contract, which is a contract that is at its formation has an illegal object or serious defects, so therefore the contract will completely not be valid anymore because of a void within it. And I'm going to go to chapters 10, the law of contracts and sales. So methods of discharging a contract: complete performance, completion of all the terms of the contract. They all have to be met and followed by the breach of contract, failure of one of the parties to perform their obligations under the contract at the time the performance is due, so that you're a failure to meet the guidelines, which is a breach. I like these two chapters because it taught me a lot about contracts, which I did not know, and I didn't know the different types of them. Monetary damages, dollar sums awarded for a breach of a contract, legal remedies. And then e-signatures, which is a newer. It in the 2000s is when it first kind of came out, and it's just a electronic signature, which makes things more quicker and more easy to do for businesses. But there's laws governing these e-signatures, but they differ from state to state, and the states regulate them themselves. But they still are held up in a court of law. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate reading these chapters and making these videos.